going on?
Thank you so much.
Feel like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guy, as always, Mojo Mutati. Today we are joined by our brother, our family member, who has not been on in a while. We are so lucky to have him with us, though, today. Of course, Wrestlemania 41 going down this weekend in Las Vegas. It's 2 nights of crazy wrestling, only made better by the fact that the best party in the entire city is coming back Saturday night. Now, usually Gronk Beach daytime party, we're going to do the after dark edition, though, Saturday night at Live Beach at the Fountain Blue again in Vegas. Again, we're so lucky to have Rob here with us. The party's going to be amazing. We're going to get into in a second. We're talking Flo Rida, DJ Irie, a bunch of other big time guests. We've also got the draft, Rob, 10 days away. First of all, brother, how are you?
Michael, I am doing great. And I'm not the guy to correct people, because my speech is usually wrong and I'm usually combining words. I'm usually saying,
What did I screw
people's
up?
names wrong. But the party is on Sunday night.
Oh, Sunday.
Not Saturday night.
That's a bad mistake. It's really
Well, I understand
very
why.
alive with me, Rob.
I understand why as well, because usually we just turn it up on a Saturday night and just absolutely destroy the weekend. But we're turning it up on a school night for once. It's going to be Sunday night, brother. I understand the mistake. It's okay. I already forgive you because you're my brother and I love you and I always will forgive my brothers. So you're good to go. I just understand it's just going to be so exciting and there's going to be so much hype and there's going to be so much craziness that you thought for sure it had to be a Saturday night. But it's a Sunday night.
Rob, Babcock was half right, actually, because Saturday night, you actually are going to be partying really hard that night because it's your younger brother Glenn's wedding Saturday in Dallas. It's going to be a big one, and you're going to be going ham before you even leave for Vegas.
Yes, that's the truth. Mojo Raleigh, baby. But you know how we do it. We need a pregame party to get ready for the Vegas party. And that's what I'll be doing Saturday night in Dallas at my brother's wedding. Glenn Gronkowski, baby. He's the youngest Gronk pro out there. He has a Super Bowl ring. He was on the practice squad of the New England Patriots the year that we beat the Atlanta Falcons in whatever Super Bowl it was that we won. We won so many that I forgot the years now, but I just know it was in Houston. And Glenn G has a Super Bowl ring, and now he has another ring as well. Congratulations to Glenn G. He's an absolute man. He's a legend, and he's just a wild maniac on the low. And it's going to be a great time. I'm going to be dancing, pounding some beers, getting ready for Gronk Beach as well Sunday night. So I got 2 party nights in a row. This is bringing me back to my heyday.
Old Rob is back.
Talk to us about the party. Anyone who has seen the Gronk Beach parties over the years know they're absolutely wild. You've got big guests always, Rob. You're there, of course. Talk to us about the party. What can fans look forward to Sunday night? Sunday night.
Sunday night. I'm ready. Well, I'm always ready to win another championship. And this time it's with the return of Gronk Beach and WWE's biggest weekend of the year, WrestleMania, baby. And it's amazing to just be working directly with the WWE on Mania's biggest event ever outside of the ring. And Sunday, Gronk Beach night swim event. It is going down directly following WrestleMania. And it's going to be the after dark Gronk Beach, so it's the first of its kind. So we usually party during the day, but this time we're taking Gronk Beach at night. It's going to be at the Fountain Blue at Live Nightclub, which Live Nightclub pool party, whatever, the outside Live, not the actual nightclub, the outside pool party that Live has. It's going to be amazing. I mean, we got Flo Rida, who's just a tradition. He's always a specialty at Gronk Beach parties. I mean, he's known to be at every single one, and he performs better than anyone out there at Gronk Beach party. He's made for Gronk Beach parties. I mean, he brings the juice to the table.
He only has hits. He's like a million hits.
Yes, that's what we love. I love it. Wrestling fans love it. We also have DJ Valentino Kairen. We got DJ Irie as well. And then also we're going to have a lot of other special, little tricks and traits going on as well. Maybe, I'm from Buffalo. All Bills Mafia, they jump through tables. So maybe, on top of that, WWE in the ring wrestlers, they jump through tables, get body slammed through tables. So it might be right for me to finally go through my first table since I've been a kid. So we'll see.
Well, Rob, I gotta ask you because this year Gronk Beach is gonna be a little bit different because if you ask me, I'm not so sure you're gonna be the star of the show this year at your own party because I talked to WWE superstar Damian Priest, who's going to be one of the featured talent at your event, and this guy says, move aside, retirement, Rob, get out of the way, diaper dad, Dean, I don't care about either of you. I'm going to steal the show. He said he's coming hot. He's in his prime. From everything that I've heard, this guy throws down very regularly. How do we feel about this matchup between Robbie G and Damian Priest?
Damian Priest doesn't know what he's in for. He thinks he's the big bad wrestler that's coming through. Yes, he might be the biggest name there, but that's fine. I mean, it's a WWE party. Like he shall be the biggest name, but he's not the biggest name because we have superstar Tiffany Stratton there as well, and she's a bigger name than Damian Priest, if you ask me, brother. And I'm going to amp it up to a whole nother level now, and I'm going to probably have to choke slam Damian a couple times on stage if he has a problem with me.
Well, Rob, if Damian comes into your party and tries to show you up, he's got a big time match against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. I mean, are you going to do a run-in on this thing? Because it wouldn't be the first time. You stole my title from me at WrestleMania one year. We were friends one year. We were kind of friends the second year. We just took the title from each other once or twice. But, hey, this ain't your first rodeo. You've got a history with this company. Might you show up?
Yeah, well, we already talked about it. Is that I got the wedding Saturday night in Dallas, my younger brother, so I won't be able to attend WrestleMania this year, which it would have been a bang situation if I could go to WrestleMania, do a little something in the ring, and then go to Gronk Beach as well. That would have been a dream come true, but unfortunately, I can't pull that off this year. But what can outdo what we did at WrestleMania, Mojo? When you were in the Battle Royale, how many guys started in that ring? Like 30 guys? You were tossing
like
people.
69 guys or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like 69 guys started in the ring. You were tossing guys out left and right. And then Ginger Mahal just had the audacity to just disrespect me and throw a drink on me. And then I came in there and show him what's up. Freaking clotheslined his small arms. He's tiny, by the way. That guy is like pipe cleaners, if you ask me. And then I gave him a couple kicks to the face, which he didn't appreciate either. But I had to show him what's up. I got out of the ring, and then you just took over from there. And that will never be topped, for me in my life at WrestleMania. So, hey, Mojo, thank you for sharing the best WrestleMania experience with me, brother.
Coming up, Rob Gronkowski sticks around for some NFL talk. What does Gronk think about Mike Vrabel and Stephon Diggs' additions in New England? Find out when the four-time Super Bowl champ rejoins us next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. We're back with the one and only Rob Gronkowski. Gronk, let's talk some football. Your old team, the New England Patriots, have got themselves a brand new head football coach in Mike Vrabel. Feels like fans are very excited for Coach Vrabel and what he might do for the organization, Rob. But you know better than anybody else. Is Vrabel the guy that can finally get back in there and turn this franchise around, get you back to the winning ways that you're used to in New England?
I would say that he is, in the right direction big time. He's a Patriot legend. He left his mark there as a player. He is well-deserved for the job. He went to Ohio State. He was a defensive coach there, an assistant in the NFL for a little bit, then became head coach with the Tennessee Titans and did an excellent job there. I still couldn't believe that he got fired from the Tennessee Titans. They've only gone downhill since he left, that program. Then he took that year off. And then to see him get hired by basically his alma mater in the NFL, the New England Patriots, it's special. It got the fans excited. It got the Kraft family excited as well. And so far, what they have done in free agency, they have done the right things, what they needed to do. They needed to go get some players. They needed to go get some guys that were, high caliber NFL players, high caliber NFL starters. And they sure did that. And now where they're at is that they just got to put it all together. They got the players now. They got to go out there and get on the same page, be consistent at practices, be consistent with the play calling, and just consistent with being competitive on a daily basis. And they can go out there and turn that program around in just a given year and possibly make the playoffs this year and do some damage. And Vrabel's a leader amongst men, from what I hear and from what I see, throughout his coaching career. So he's going to get them in the right direction, and he's going to lead them to where they need to go. And so they're competitive and they have a winning program.
Talked about bringing the right pieces into New England. I got to ask you quick about Stephon Diggs, that clip of him training just 165 days after an ACL tear went viral. I mean, obviously, this guy is a physical specimen. How could he not be? He's a Maryland Terrapin like myself and your brother Dan, two other physical specimens, unlike your brother Chris, who's very weak and soft and puny, and that's why he left Maryland, because he wasn't jacked enough. But talk about, that's really the only reason I wanted to ask you this question, is so I could insult
There's actually
Chris,
no question.
Talk about Stephon Diggs coming in to New England. I mean, that video is crazy. You've had that injury. What kind of impact does he make with your old team?
Oh, man. It's kind of like he's on like a redemption tour, going to New England, which I think it's really good for the New England Patriots because they needed that number one wide receiver. And they needed that guy out there to make plays. I mean, they have a pretty solid tight end in Hunter Henry. Obviously, they got a great quarterback, but Drake May needed more support out there at the wide receiver position. And going to get Diggs was kind of, like a lot of, a give or take situation as well. I mean, he's coming off an ACL, injury. He's 31 years old. But just to see what he's already doing 5 months after that ACL surgery is just mind blowing. It's very impressive. He's basically running routes at full speed. I mean, I remember coming back from that injury, and I really didn't get to 100% until about 9-10 months. And it looks like he's way ahead of the game. And it looks like I said, he's on a redemption tour because he's back in the division, where he played before with the Buffalo Bills. So he wants to make sure he's ready to go so he can do damage against his old team. And it also proved to everyone that he's worth it with that contract that he signed, and that he's still a baller, even though he's 31 years old and he's coming off of an ACL injury. So I'm excited to see what he does. And I can't lie, that progress that he has made since that surgery is phenomenal. And it's making me jump on board of being a Stephon Diggs fan, just to see that work he's putting in, because I appreciate people that put in that work.
Coming up, tragic news ahead of the NFL draft. LSU wide receiver Kairen Lacy dies of an apparent suicide. The latest on a horrible situation when TMZ Sports returns right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, let's talk about a tragic story that went down over the weekend involving a 24-year-old former LSU star who at one time at least might have been a first-round draft pick. Now, sadly, is no longer with us here. We're talking about, again, 24-year-old Kairen Lacy, Mojo. Kairen Lacy was a wide receiver who, again, went to Louisiana State University, was actually in the NFL draft, had declared and had first-round talent. Now, where he might have went, that is up for debate because there were some things going on in Kairen's life. But before we get to that, let's talk about what went down over the weekend, Mojo. Saturday night around 11:15 p.m., police in the Houston area got a phone call from somebody who was reporting a domestic disturbance involving a family member. That family member was allegedly Kairen Lacy. Now, the person who made the call said that they had gotten into a fight, an argument with Kairen Lacy, and that at some point he had actually fired a weapon into the ground before fleeing the scene. So Houston police are called, and they are then at that point, Mojo, on the lookout for Kairen's vehicle. Well, only minutes passed by, 20, 30 minutes, depending on the report, Mojo, and police finally were able to locate Kairen's car. They pursued him. Eventually, and we broke this story yesterday on the TMZ Sports website, eventually the car, Kairen's car, came to a stop when police approached it, Mojo, Kairen was in the vehicle deceased from what we reported yesterday was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now you say to yourself, why was this 24-year-old, incredibly talented athlete, why would he potentially want to take his own life? Well, today, Mojo, there was supposed to be a grand jury that was getting together in Texas for a fatal hit-and-run accident that Kairen was accused of actually being the driver in a couple of months back, December to be exact, that took the life of a 78-year-old man who was a retired United States Marine, Mojo. So there were potentially some very serious charges that Kairen was going to be facing in that case. Again, that was all going to be decided when the grand jury got together. That was supposed to happen today. Obviously now, Mojo, in all likelihood, that never happens because Kairen, sadly, is no longer with us anymore, Mojo. Now, his father has been very outspoken in the wake of his son's death, and you've got to imagine just what a horrible time this is for their family. Kenny Lacy, his dad, had this to say: young parents, start talking to your kids at a very early age and make sure they are confident and comfortable confiding in you. Don't be cool with "I'm all right" or "I'm good" when you know deep down something isn't right. Mental health is real, and for the most part, it's invisible. Don't ignore the signs, even if they may seem small, Mojo. So again, we don't know exactly what happened in that December crash, and you feel horrible for the 78-year-old man who lost his life. But Kairen had not been convicted of a crime yet, and for him not to be here, what a blow to everybody that knew him, obviously including his family and friends.
Yeah, for the sake of this right now, putting aside, the tragic passing of the 78-year-old Marine, because as you said, never made its way to court, right? That wasn't ruled on just yet, but focusing on what's happened with Kairen, I mean, first of all, could that have been a more perfect statement by his dad? I mean, that's just so true. You never know what people are going through. Most people, especially when you're talking about pro athletes, and in this day and age, you got to consider college athletes, pro athletes, especially with NIL and the money you make. I mean, they are taught and trained to not show weakness, whether that's physically and not, hunching over on the field with your hands on your knees to show your opponents you're tired, but also just making sure no one knows that you're struggling or you're suffering, and don't let anything get in your head. You're literally trained to act and carry yourself that way. And unfortunately, a lot of times it extends way past the field and into your real life. So I love the way he said that. Don't just accept "I'm good" as an answer, as a parent, as a friend, as someone that's close to someone who may be suffering. Take it upon yourself to try and get in there and provide help.
Rory McIlroy finally gets it done at the Masters. When we come back, Tiger Woods congratulates the newest member of golf's Grand Slam Club. Stay with us. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, Rory McIlroy finally did it. Finally won the most prestigious golf tournament in the entire world. The Masters on Sunday, in his 17th time playing in this exclusive tournament. Rory finally was able to overcome all the obstacles, Mojo. If you're a golf fan, in the past, Rory he's had leads. He's, in many people's mind, choked those leads away, over the weekend at Augusta. But no, not this weekend. Despite having some missteps yesterday, Mojo, came in 2 strokes up, bogeyed first hole, double bogeyed, as a matter of fact, the first hole, ends up then bogeying the 18th hole, goes to a playoff, and he, makes the birdie putt, Mojo, wins the tournament, absolutely showing some, at the end there. Onions, as Bill Raftery would say, Mojo. not only winning, again, the most prestigious golf tournament in the world, but becomes just the 6th person in the history of golf to have won the Grand Slam, won all 4 major championships, Mojo. When you're part of this group, and it's the most exclusive group in golf, most exclusive club for my money, joining guys like Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and of course, Tiger Woods, like we just said, Mojo. And now Rory's name is amongst those guys, and he has cemented himself as one of the best golfers ever. Mojo, real quick, Tiger Woods wasn't able to be there, dealing with an injury. On Twitter, though, or on X, congratulated Rory, had this to say: "Welcome to the club, Rory McIlroy. Completing the Grand Slam at Augusta is something special. Your determination during this round and this entire journey has shown through, and now you are a part of history. Proud of you." Got to feel pretty great for that to come from Tiger Woods.
Oh, man, what? Oh, this guy's on cloud 9 for sure. Babcock, I'm wondering how he feels, if it's more just pure excitement or just such a sigh of relief. 17 Masters, you finally win one, but in the process, again, like you said, become the 6th only to have the Grand Slam. My goodness, the feelings that are going through this man's head. I mean, just look at him. He collapses right after making the shot. What a feeling. Little cherry on top to hear Tiger, come in with some words of encouragement. But congratulations to Rory. What a win.
Yeah, Mojo, could not agree more. And now that you say it, I bet you it's almost more relief than it is joy of winning, just to get the monkey off of his back. And he did it. He never has to hear that again. He's a Masters champion. He's a champion in everything. And he was an all-time great before, but there is no doubt now an all-time great. All right, we got to go, Mojo. We got a big week of shows planned. Tomorrow it's going to be great, Mojo.
That's right, Babcock. It'll be the best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.